Hey, I'm Jamey from Stillmeyer Games, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite mechanism in Undaunted Normandy. This is the original Undaunted game, and I'm new to it. I haven't played it. I've heard great things about this and the various spin-offs and sequels to the game, and I thought, okay, I want to give it a try. I think I have a pretty good understanding of what is cool about the game, and I'm not one to... I don't get excited about like tactical warfare games, but I've heard so many great things about it. I wanted to try it to see how it felt. And I had a lot of fun with the opening scenario. That's all I've played so far. It was a very simple scenario, but I do like games that start with a simpler scenario and then ramp you up to more complex, longer scenarios. So I like that. The core of this game is that you have a bunch of tiles on the table, and you have some tokens on those tiles that represent your characters. So for example, well, we didn't have these in our game, but here's a gunner and a mortar, different types of characters in the game. And in your deck, you have cards that correspond with those types of characters. And they each are categories of cards. So I will have like a Rifleman A token somewhere on the map. And, but also, in addition to the one Rifleman that I'll typically start in my deck with, or that might change by scenario, I'll also have a pile of other Rifleman A's that I can bring into my deck. I can bolster them into my deck if I want to. And this is one of the things that I didn't quite understand from watching other videos about the game that I think is really clever. I had heard that the game is really special because your cards are directly tied to your characters. Using deck building, I had this card come up in hand. I play the card and I do something with the character on the board, the little token on the board. I do something, I either choose with the Rifleman to move, attack, or control. I do one of those things with that specific Rifleman on the board. There's a connection between the card that I'm playing and a specific token on the board, which I think is great. And that also means when an opponent deals damage to that character, it has an impact on my deck. It can remove the card from the deck and eventually remove the token from the board. It's kind of a two-step process there. Anyway, the thing that I didn't understand from watching other videos about it, that I think is really cool, is that each token on the board isn't just exactly one card in your deck. So I have this Rifleman A. His name is Harold. This is Harold, the Rifleman. There isn't a Herald token on the board. Rather, like I said, there is a Rifleman A token on the board. So I can fill my deck, if I want, with Rifleman A's, different people in that kind of company on the board. And so I can have multiple cards with Rifleman A, and I can play them even on the same turn and have that same token do multiple things. So it's really a choice of how much importance do I want to put on this one specific token on the board, and leave open the potential for them to do multiple things on their turn, and also decrease the risk that that token will be removed from the board, versus having a diversity of different tokens that can do different things on the board, because different cards can do different things, and therefore I can combo together different tokens doing different things on the same turn. So that choice to go deep into one token versus spread out my cards amongst a variety of tokens, I think is a really great choice that I didn't really understand from watching other videos about this game. So I wanted to highlight it here. I thought that was a really clever mechanism in the game, that the cards are linked to specific tokens, but multiple cards are linked to the same token, potentially, if I put those cards into my deck. That, I think, after one scenario, is my favorite mechanism in Undaunted Normandy. I would love to hear your thoughts if you've gone much deeper into this series of games. If there are any mechanisms that come up in different scenarios, different types of tokens that you really value in the game that you think are worth highlighting, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Those are my thoughts on Undaunted Normandy and the Undaunted system in general. Thanks.